Andy, last bits of prep before you make the trip to Chesterfield, a return to National League action. How much are you and the boys looking forward to that?
Yeah, I think we're, after the disappointment of the weekend in the Cup, which was a break from the pressure of the league, we're looking forward to going to Chesterfield. It's always a good place to go. There's always a good crowd and atmosphere there. Yeah, we're well ready to go up there and hopefully put a performance in.
They mirror us exactly. I was looking at the table before sitting down with you. The same amount of points, wins, draws, losses, even the goal difference. Shows how fine the margins are, and that this is going to be a really nice match-up.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a tough place to go. I've seen Paul Cook's words of wisdom saying that we're a tough team to play against, and equally, he's not got a bad team also. It will be a tough game for both teams in a way, and I think we just got to make sure we always take care of our business. And we've had a good week, in fairness. The lads have reacted really well after the disappointment last week, and yeah, we're all set to go.
Chesterfield have lost their last 3 National League games, had a good result in the FA Cup, but they'll be hurting, and likewise we're stinging a bit from last weekend, so there'll be a point to prove for both teams.
Yeah, I think both teams would be looking to bounce back from a little bit of, in both camps, a bit of disappointment. And that's the great thing about the National League. You lose on a Saturday, you've got a quick game on a Tuesday to normally put it over, and then the following Saturday you're back on it again. So yeah, we'll be looking to hopefully, capitalise on them, probably maybe a little bit tentative because the results not been quite so well for them. But equally they'll have their game plan. So I think there's a huge amount of respect for both clubs. But Chesterfield are a big club.
They are a big club indeed, and each week we like to focus on what we're going to do. What do you think will be the elements to help us pick up 3 points tomorrow? Where are the big battles going to be on the pitch, do you think?
Well, look, I don't think we can look past the centre forward they've got, Tashmenga. I mean, he had a horrific injury last year. Obviously, he was going to Birmingham. That fell through for whatever reason. He's a talent, isn't he? He's a threat. And I think if we can keep him quiet, which is easier said than done, then that's one battle that hopefully, will give us a little bit of a foothold in the game. It's going to come down to moments for sure. I always say that. It could come down to a set piece, it could come down to a couple of moments either end that could be the difference. But we've got to go about our game plan. We've got to be solid, resolute and dogged like we are, and go back to what we're about and just take care of our business. And we'll be going to Chesterfield. I mean, we've gone there a few times and we've done okay. It's a ground I like going to, it's a club I like going to. I like the whole setup there, to be honest, so I'm looking forward to this game.
I'm not expecting you to tell me you started 11, but supporters always like to get a bit of a feel about squad selection. Are the squad looking good? Any injuries that perhaps might be affecting selection? I'm not going to get much of an answer, but on behalf of supporters.
Yeah, everyone's up for selection. Everyone's up for selection. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
People can't say I don't try.
Yeah, listen, they try with me as well. I never tell anybody anything.
No, quite rightly as well. But some player news we can talk about, which was announced yesterday, was the news of Corey Whiteley signing an extension, scored a great goal, came on, made a difference at the weekend. And perhaps again another indication of, whilst we're always focused on the game in hand, there's always forward planning and always forward thinking going on at this football club.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Corey Whiteley is a player that has proven to me and everyone else around here that he's a big integral part of what we're trying to do, and he's a big part of the DNA I want in this football club. So you're delighted for Corey to sign, and hopefully there might be 1 or 2 more announcements coming soon. It's good for this football club now to start growing rather than go year to year and sort of like wait every year and have a turnover. We want to sort of grow a group of players. That was the plan when I come in here, to get a group of players together and a real steady group of players that we can keep building and adding to over the course of the 3-year plan, really. And hopefully, there'll be a few more in the next few weeks.
Speaking to Corey yesterday, he has such a hunger, appetite and focus, and it really came across him actually. He's quite a quiet leader in this group as well, isn't he?
Corey's one of those players. He's a manager's dream, and he's actually, when I played the game, he's a player in your dressing room you just love. He's so low maintenance. I don't think I've ever heard Corey moan. He's never mentioned once the traffic, the weather, training's not right. He's just an absolute dream, and he like you say, he's a quiet young man. He's a credit to his family as a human being, And as a football player, I'm delighted to be his manager. He's really a dream player, and I'm delighted for him because he's he's got a nice family, and he just comes in and concentrates on his football. If I could have 20 of those, then my job and my world would be so much easier. But he's got a huge amount of respect around the football club as well with the rest of the players, and that's nice. And that's the group of players we've got, and we want to attract, and we want to add to. So I'm delighted Corey's going to be here, and the fans should be.
Yeah, he's got a really strong mentality, which is fantastic. On the note of supporters, we know that the coach will be departing early doors tomorrow. Band will be making their way up to support you. How important is that, and how much is that noted by yourself and the squad?
Listen, it's hugely noted. We say every week, we haven't got a fan base of 3,000 or 4,000 that travels away with us. And as much as we'd like that, it would be great, but we've got a core of people we know that every week, give up their weekends and give up their money to come and watch us play, and that's why it's really important that we try and give a performance for them, and we recognise them after. There's days when I think we're all guilty of it, as the result might not go our way and we kind of forget a little bit. And I'd always apologise for that. It's not meant, but we definitely, do appreciate these fans that go to these games. Last year away at Grimsby, we had a group of fans that pulled us through that game, and it might be the case of tomorrow, whether it's 1, 10, 20, 50. We're appreciated because we know it's not cheap at the moment, the world.